Viriya effort, the relentless effort. With that effort, with the practice, constantly is digging up the ground. And when digging the ground using a spade, we have to hold that spade firmly. We have to hold the spade firmly, and we have to, when striking the ground, we have to put a force. Holding the spade firmly, putting the force, then only we will be able to strike the ground into pieces. So too in the practice, when applying effort, the effort should be very firm, very firm effort. We have to, and in noting the objects, we have to apply the very strong effort. The noting mind should not be better. Mind should be very firm, very determined. So it's necessary.
Lifting, moving, placing. So every time, whatever the objects appearing and whatever the objects we are noting, there should be a very continuous effort, very firm effort. Then only we will be able to see the true natures of those objects. Therefore, the effort is very essential here. There should be a continuous flow of effort. When the effort is good, then our noting will become very good, very strong, very powerful. If the effort is not good, then our noting will not be good and powerful. We won't see the objects in clear-cut manner. And here, that effort, Viriya, is also explained in different ways. The Viriya is also one of the very important factor, and it is also the one of the 37 enlightenment factor. This Viriya is also mentioned as a Samappadhana Viriya, the supreme effort. There are 4 kinds of supreme effort, Samappadhana Viriya. Though it is just a Viriya effort, this effort performs 4 functions. It can do 4 jobs at a time. So what kind of job does this what kind of task can do by this Viriya? Samappadhana, supreme effort, that effort can dispel, that effort can abandon the unwholesome deeds, that has already existed, that has already committed, the unwholesome deeds that has already committed. This effort can abandon those unwholesome deeds. But what does it mean? Because the unwholesome actions are already committed, already done. So it's already in the past. How can we abandon that type of that unwholesome deeds? The unwholesome deeds that we have committed in the past, actually we cannot abandon them, but here the effort, the samapadhana effort, the supreme effort has a capacity to abandon the unwholesomeness that has done in the past. Means because of the effort, we will not commit that type of same akusala, same unwholesome deeds again and again. So that is the meaning, that this supreme effort can abandon the unwholesomeness that has committed in the past. And when, again, this supreme effort, this effort can prevent the unwholesomeness from occurring. Means when there is effort, then we will not commit the unwholesome deeds. This effort is one of the enlightenment factor. So when there is this effort, then we will not do the unwholesome deeds. Means this effort prevents the unwholesomeness from occurring. And when there is this type of effort, it also helps it also helps the wholesome deeds to come into existence. So when there is effort, we can do the wholesome deeds. And again, this Viriya effort, this supreme effort, helps to grow the wholesome deeds that has already existed. So in noting just one object, for example, the rising movement, when we are able to note that rising movement in the abdomen, applying this effort, we are abandoning the unwholesomeness from the past. At the meantime, we are preventing the new unwholesomeness from occurring. We are developing new wholesomeness, and also we are increasing that wholesomeness. So that type of Viriya is called Samapadhana Viriya, supreme effort, and that is necessary in the practice of meditation, in this Satipatthana practice. So the effort if that effort we have, then we will be able to be mindful all the time. So other day we were talking about this effort too, and if we apply this effort in the practice continuously, then we become vigilant. There will be appamada dhamma, mindfulness, appamada, vigilance, that is the mindfulness. So Viriya is also one of the governing factor. Viriyatipati. When there is a governing effort, then any kind of tasks will be accomplished. Whatever task we do, that task will be accomplished if we have the strong effort, viriyatipati, predominance effort. Predominance of effort means the effort can govern, because effort has a characteristic of supporting the associated dhammas. When there is effort, the mind will not collapse. When there is effort, the other associated mental factors will not collapse. Mind supports, Viriya supports the mind and its associated dhammas like mindfulness, concentration, wisdom, and many other mental factors that arise together with mind. So Viriya has that characteristics, the supporting dhamma, it supports the associated dhammas. And there are 4 bases of accomplishment. Iti pada in Pali, iti pada, bases to success or paths to accomplishment. If we have these 4 dhammas, then we will be successful in our life. Especially when we do this type of highest wholesome deed, adikusala, highest wholesome deed. If we do have these 4 bases, then we become successful. So, itipada, the basis to success, the 4 bases to accomplishment, and they are the desire, chanda. Chanda, the strong desire. There should be a strong desire to practice. If we do not have the desire to gain something, to gain the benefits of the practice, we will not practice respectfully. We will not practice diligently. So desire is one of the dhamma that we needed in the practice. Chanda, iti pada in Pali. Desire as the base to success. desire as the base to accomplishment. So we should have a very strong desire to attain the Dhamma. We are doing this Satipatthana meditation in order to realize the Dhamma, the special Dhamma. So desire is also very necessary. And another factor is Viriya effort. Viriya is also a base for accomplishment. Viriya effort. Just having the desire will not work. Just having the desire will not work. We need to apply effort. So if we have that effort, the strong effort, and that strong effort applying in the wholesome activities, here in the wholesome practice, noting every arising objects, then we will be able to accomplish our goal. And again, the chitta, the mind should be very strong. If our mind is not strong, we won't be able to continue this practice. The mind should be very strong. So that strong mind, chitta, that strong mind, we should have in the practice. And another one is vimamsa. Vimamsa is in investigation, or in other words, it is knowledge, it is wisdom. Vimamsa, investigation, means the kind of wisdom, the power of reflection also needed in the practice. Vimamsa, some knowledge. But this is not the vipassana knowledge, because we are now about to practice. We haven't gained the vipassana knowledge yet, but we should have some knowledge that, oh, this is good path, this is correct path, and I have to practice this way, I have to follow this. So we should have some knowledge. If we have these four dhammas, the four bases, desire, effort, mind, and wisdom, we will be successful in our life. So in the practice, here Viriya iti pada, the effort, the strong and powerful effort is also the base to accomplish in the practice. Therefore, the Buddha said, Viriya vato king nama nasitsati. That means a person who possesses effort will accomplish everything. There is nothing that he won't accomplish. He can achieve anything. Therefore, this Viriya is very important factor in the practice to have the success, especially in the Dhamma. To have the success in the Dhamma, we need four bases: We should have 4 bases, and Viriya is one of them. So, Viriya, the striving force, when we have that force, we will not give up the practice. We will not relinquish. We just continue to walk on our path. Especially when we encounter many undesirable circumstances while walking on the path, if we do not have this viriya, we will give up, we will surrender very easily. In sitting meditation, sometimes we may have a very strong, painful sensation. At the beginning, we try to observe it very mindfully, very closely. But sometimes this painful sensation increases. It becomes very painful, extremely painful, and we cannot bear it anymore. Every time in sitting meditation, if we are having that type of pain, and if the desire is not strong, and if we not apply more and more effort to note that pain, then we become very afraid. Because of this pain, something might happen to me. We become very afraid, and sometimes we want to leave. So, in that situation, if we exert more effort, then we will be able to overcome that pain. We will be able to face that painful sensations. So later on, this painful sensation becomes a pleasant pain. Observing that painful sensation is very enjoyable, actually, because now the mind is very strong. The mind becomes very strong. Why this mind becomes so strong? Because we apply a very powerful effort, the strong effort. So this effort is also called usaha. Usaha means having a strength to bear any kind of suffering. We can endure any kind of suffering if we have this viriya effort, usaha. We are very ready to endure all kinds of difficulties that we meet in the practice. And when there is viriya, the strong viriya, we never abandon this practice. We never abandon the desire to practice until we reach our final destination. Anikita Sanda, that is also the meaning of Viriya. We never abandon the desire for the goal. Means we continue practicing until we reach our goal. The mind, that mind is very strong. The mind is not afraid of anything. That strong mind we will get because of the Viriya. And also we have a very strong determination. We will have a very strong determination, a strong resolution. Anikita Tura. We put utmost effort because we have a strong desire to achieve our goal. Therefore, we will be very determined. We will have a very strong determination. We put all utmost effort to reach the goal. We never let our mind slack. Practicing this meditation with that effort leads us to our destination. So practicing this type of meditation is, we all know it is not very easy. It is not very easy. It is quite difficult because to control our mind is very difficult. So this strong effort is very necessary to control our mind. Otherwise, we will give up very easily. But when we have this type of strong effort, very powerful effort, we will not give up very easily. So in the text, the example, the simile given that a bull pulling the cart with a heavy load, but the road is not very smooth, bumpy, muddy road. And sometimes, because it is muddy, it is not easy to pull that cart. But this bull never gives up. It tries to pull the cart with all the effort, but it never gives up. And then later he is successful in pulling the cart from that muddy road. So that type of Viriya, Anikita Tura, because his task is to pull the cart with load. And he fulfilled his duty of pulling the cart with full effort, with a strong, powerful effort. And that type of effort is necessary in the practice. The Venerable Chandana said that if we want to cross the flood of samsara, if we want to cross the flood of samsara, we need to have that type of strong effort, arata virya, very strong effort. Without having that type of strong effort, we will not be able to cross the flood of samsara. We will not be able to cross the river to reach the nibbana. So if we have a strong effort, we will be able to cross the river, cross the flood of samsara and reach nibbana very easily. Therefore, mere having the wish, mere having the desire will not bring anything. We need to apply a strong effort. We should have a determination. We should not surrender whenever we meet the difficult situation. So that is what the Buddha meant here, digging up this physical body, which is the collection of 4 elements, is applying effort, digging it persistently, repeatedly with the effort. And that type of, when we have that type of effort, then we will be able to dig up this physical body, and we will be able to see the minute particles in this body. So whoever wants to know the 4 Noble Truths, whoever wants to realize Nibbana, well, he should have a very firm, persistent energy. So if one has that type of persistent, firm effort, surely he will reach the Nibbana. This is said by Venerable Valiya. Venerable Valiya, he ordained as a monk during Buddha's time, but at the beginning, he is very lazy. He is not active. He is very lazy. And he is not very brilliant too. He cannot learn very easily. He cannot learn very easily. It is difficult for him to learn. So he learns slowly, and he is not active. He is not energetic. He is very lazy. So he is always depend on others. He can't do anything by himself. He needs others' help. That is why the other monks give a name, Valiya. The Valiya is something, some plants, some plants with a very weak stem. To grow, they need the help of other trees. Like we can see paper, the black paper, the plant, a creeper plant. A creeper plant needs a help of other trees to grow. This monk also very inactive monk, very lazy monk, so the other monks give him a new name, Valiya. But later on, because other monks always tell him how he is doing in his life. He is not active, so you are very lazy. You are not working, ordaining in the Buddha Sasana, but you are not working. to get rid of this samsara. You are very lazy. So one day he thought to practice, and he went to his to another monk, asking the instructions, asking the guidance to practice, and he practiced. What he said that one who wants to reach nibbana, one who wants to achieve the nibbana, he should have a very strong energy, dala viriya, very firm energy. He should be very active and alert. If he has a very strong energy, if his mind is very active and alert, then surely he will reach the Nibbana. Just as the river, the Ganga River, flows to the sea. All the rivers flows flows to the sea. The rivers eventually will reach the sea. So too, if one has a very strong effort and if one is very active and alert in practicing the Dhamma, then surely he will reach Nibbana. So this monk Waliya put a lot of effort in the practice, and eventually he attained the arhatship. Therefore, in order to know the Four Noble Truths, in order to attain the Nibbana, we need to have this strong effort. So when the teacher asks his student to dig up the mound continuously, repeatedly, that refers to apply effort in the practice continuously, again and again. Every time, whatever the objects appearing at that moment, we just have to apply effort. And as yesterday we heard about the Samma Vayama, right effort, Samapatthana, supreme effort, all are effort. Samma Vayama, right effort, that right effort prevents unwholesomeness from occurring, and right effort opens the way to the wholesomeness. So that right effort, Samma Vayama, or Samapatthana, supreme effort, we should have. And when there is Samma Vayama, the Samma Sati, right mindfulness, will arise. And when there is right mindfulness, Samma Samadhi, right concentration, will arise. And when there is Samma Samadhi, then Sammaditthi, right view. Right view is knowledge. Right view will arise. And when there is right view, or when there is knowledge, then there will be Samma Vimutti. Samma Vimutti means we will liberate. The liberation, right liberation will be, there will be right liberation. So this digging up the mound persistently with holding the spade firmly, refers to have a very strong and firm effort in the practice. The mind should not be sluggish. There should not be laziness. If laziness occurs, then we have to expel it by noting immediately with full force and focusing. So that is the meaning of continuous digging of the mound. And when a student dig up that mound continuously, what he found is a door bolt. When digging up the mound, the anthill, he found a door bolt. So what is that bolt? We continue this tomorrow.